All right, gang, welcome back to our survival challenge here in New Frontier. It's August day 2, and we're continuing our progress here of expanding our track going this way, which we said we were going to do in this episode. Try to get it down here and connect it to the main yard and everything else, right? And we'll take this side then and do the best we can here to try to keep it relatively close, but if it's a little bit further away, it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I actually think I'm going to maybe take this out a little bit further here towards the edge of this. I think that's what we're going to do. And we're going to want to do something like this, and then have this kind of connect up with it. Probably fill this in a little bit here. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here. I've heard some relatively good news in regard to the investment challenge. There's a chance that an update might be coming out. Somebody told me that in my Discord, actually, which, for whatever reason, if you're not on my Discord, there's a link down below in the description. Go ahead and check that out. But anyway, there's a chance, I guess, that they're making an update to it. Where we might be able to continue on with the investment challenge, which would be kind of exciting, because I really was enjoying that series. And it's sad that we had to kind of cancel it, but I do still have the save file, so if it does come to fruition, what I was telling you, that they're working on making an update to it, and we're going to be able to continue on, we will start it back up. I kept the save file on that reason specifically, even though I thought it was a slim chance, but we will see, right? Somebody in my Discord mentioned that to me, so we will find out if that actually comes to be an actual thing or not. It'd be pretty cool if it was. Okay, so let's find this dark asphalt thing here. I'm going to expand this a little bit, like I mentioned. I'm not going to go too far, maybe to like here. No, it doesn't seem like much, but I think it looks a little bit better that way. Okay, and over here, we can probably do the same thing here to the edge. That'll work. Cool. All right, so that's done. Now, other things we need to do today. Actually, I need to turn that off. I forgot I had that on. Apologize. Other things we need to do today. Well, we can't really do anything with this field here. I said I wanted to wait on that field because we want to put barley or wheat or something else into that field, right? So we can't put anything into this field today. It is day 2, right? So obviously we're not in the next month, so we can't do that. These fields are still fine for the time being. We've got to get the straw up off the ground here. We need to recultivate, plow this field up, get it prepped, ready to go, like this one. And then we're going to figure out something to do over here. I've been talking about this little plot of land here and what we're going to do with it. I've got some ideas. I haven't actually fully tested them out yet. I will mention that to you. But we are going to give it a shot and see what happens. And I'm actually going to pick up the straw with the cloths, I think. So I need to drop all of this stuff off here. One thing we need to do as well is grab the roller, and we need to roll all these big massive fields. We haven't done that yet. We drilled them in the last episode, but we didn't roll them. I hate rolling, you guys know that, but we gotta do it. It's part of the job, right? Where did I put my... It must be over here with the water buffalo. I was gonna say, where did I put my loading wagon? My forage wagon. Always call it the wrong thing. Man, we got a ton of wood chips from that sawmill, man. Tons of it. Haven't been making a whole lot of money, but that's okay. A lot of the stuff that we have is in storage, right? Once we go to sell that, we will be making an absolute insane amount of money. But the money's not really a problem anymore. We've got quite a large operation we're doing here. We don't really need silage additive. This is straw, so we should be good. Let's turn it on. We can get underway. So yeah, hopefully it does happen that update is made to the investment review map for those of us who were, you know, playing on the original save file. I would love to get that going again. I really don't. That's the first series I've ever had to kind of abandon. Other ones I might have gotten to a point where I was like, it's not really working, so we'll go ahead and end the series, but I didn't really abandon it, whereas, you know, I finished off the series, so to speak, right? Whereas this one, it literally, we were right in the middle, right? We were not really close, but not really, you know, early on and where it wouldn't have mattered. Like, we were pretty far along, right? So, I mean, we only need to get one more yard area purchased. We were just kind of in the stage of going through the stages of trying to be able to plant, grow, harvest, collect things we need to be able to build up, you know, the required resources, the food for the animals, right? Because that's what I said I wanted to do. I didn't want to just, because I could have. I think I could have just went out and, you know, bought it outright from the shop. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to actually make it myself. Just give it another layer of complexity, if you will, right? So hopefully that's the case, because I'd like to get back into it. I'd like to finish it. I don't really want to leave it like that, if at all possible. So I've got a little bit of hope, I guess, is what I'm trying to mention and get to based off of that statement. So we'll see. As far as this series goes, we do know we are getting very close to the end here, but that's okay. I recently for my members series, they get a extra video once a month. Was kind of starting to, from a very high level, go through what the next series will be. I've mentioned it a little bit briefly. It's you know, going to be related to a real life event, a real life farm for me. So we'll see, right? I've been working on it. I'm trying to, you know, finalize details. I'm trying to hash out different areas that might need a little bit more work, trying to make sure that it's as good as I can be. It will be a loosely based story, so it's not going to be something where every episode you jump in, there's something new that happens to the story, or you know, there's somebody else that I'm talking to, or anything like that. But from time to time, that will happen. So that's why I'm calling it a very loosely based story. And there's not a guarantee that there will be anybody specifically that we go and talk to real time. It might just be like a phone call approach. Not positive yet. I might try to incorporate that a little bit, but we'll see. Whoa. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why we flipped that thing up. That was weird, wasn't it? Anyway, this is a unrealistic size here for this lizard tortoise here. It used to be a normal size, and then once we started making these larger fields, I decided, you know what, it's time to upgrade it. So we upgraded this, I don't know, a handful of episodes, a little bit, maybe a little bit further than that back. It's nice, man, because we're actually really able to get every field for the most part with this, without having to go and make multiple trips. Which, once you get far enough along in a series like we are in this one, where money's not a problem, right, and we just have a massive farm, I don't think it's that big of a deal anymore. Unless that's something you're truly trying to go for in your challenge or your series, is, you know, not utilizing any unrealistic equipment. But I think in a series like this, with the size that we are, I don't really think it makes that big of a difference to have this unrealistic. It just saves me time and allows me to get some other things done. Normally, that's kind of what I do with most of my series is, you know, the beginning, I'm like, I don't want to utilize any of this stuff. But once we get large enough, just to help from a time perspective and continue to be able to, you know, do different stuff, you know, I kind of be a little bit more lenient with that, not trying to utilize unrealistic stuff. And mostly it's, you know, in certain series like the one tile challenge, I'm pretty much saying don't utilize any super unrealistic stuff at all. And it's going to be that way the entirety of that series. But, you know, if it's just like loading stuff up off the ground or, you know, in a trailer, like, it's not as big of a deal to me as it would be like a production, if that makes sense. Look at how large our field looks from this angle. Looks awesome. Alright, so the fields are all done, and I started utilizing the regular cultivator on the back of our slurry distributor without the slurry, and then I thought to myself, wait a minute, Z, you're being dumb. You just bought a brand new massive plow. Why don't you utilize that? It's going to be faster and going to accomplish the same basic goal you're trying to do. So that's what we did, and yeah, worked out pretty well. We also got both the fields rolled, as you saw. I even rolled one field the entire... I don't know where I'm going here. I even rolled one field entirely by myself, and you know how much I despise rolling. But I did allow the worker to do the bigger of the two fields for sure. I did not want to do that big field if at all possible. So we can drop that there. I'm just going to turn this off for right now. Let's go ahead and grab the worker here. Fold this thing up. We can bring this back to its rightful spot. And we're going to talk about that corner over there, or that little squared section, whatever you want to call it, after I get this put away. Alright, so real quick, I ran out of money for what I'm trying to accomplish. You might get a bit of a teaser when we drive by here, but I'm going to sell some of the wood chips since we have such an insane amount of wood chips. I'm going to sell them so I can get the rest of the money for what I want to accomplish. Actually, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it. Well, you might when I come up here and turn around. Anyway, I'm going to maybe sell 1 or 2 loads here of wood chips. Just however much we need, really, is what I'm going to sell at a minimum here. Man, it's taking forever. I went the wrong way, I guess. But we've got over 2 million in wood chips here, so this is going to help us get the rest of the amount of money that I need to accomplish this. It might be 2 or 3 loads. I have no idea. But I will go sell these, and when I'm done and I've got everything placed down how I like it, I'll be back with you. We'll talk through what I've done, and we'll see where we're at. Alright, so here we go. We've got 2 new productions down here at the end in this area. Didn't take up as much space as I actually thought it was going to take up, but that's okay. This gives us plenty of room back here where we can maybe set some equipment out here, or we have plenty of room to turn around as we pick up the pallets. Dropping stuff off is going to be here in the front here, and then the pallet pickup will be in the back, so I think that works out well. And we've got that little access point here, or you can come out this way if you want. Either way, right? Whenever we have a truck coming to pick up stuff, in real life, right? That's the way they would go anyway. So, works out for us. That's what we're going to be doing. Now, what are these? Well, this one is a wheat, barley, oat processing plant. This one is a oil plant, so we can do canola oil, basically. What I basically am trying to accomplish here is we've got, as I mentioned, right, we're going to be probably ending the series before it's the best time to sell some of these products. So I'm figuring why not turn them into some other products and make a little bit more money for us in the long run. Now, are we going to sell a whole lot of it before then? I don't know, probably not, but we do have 47,000 liters of barley, 21,000 liters of oat, and 34,000 liters of canola that's just sitting there taking up space. So why not start turning it into something that's going to make us more money in the long run? So that's what we did. I need to spend a little bit more time here. I've already started a little bit, as you can see, but I need to spend a little bit more time here trying to clean this area up a little bit, put some more paint down or gravel. Just try to make it look a little bit better. So that's what we're going to do here real quick. Try to make it match up, you know, with everything else we got going on, right? We'll turn all of this into gravel. And we're going to be doing the same thing behind as well. So we're going to kind of connect up this road here, which is quite large, but we're going to try to connect this up and make pretty much this whole area probably into just gravel. Leave a little bit of grass in a couple places, right? Because, you know, you would have some grass in certain areas, right? Okay, so we've got that kind of done. So I guess I'll just kind of expand this out this way a little bit. I mean, I don't think I need to go the whole distance here. So something to like that, and then cut it back over. Maybe do one of these, cut it off a little bit like that. Yeah, I think that'll work. We'll go with that. A lot of area over here now to drive around in and, you know, put some stuff in if we need to, right? Lots and lots of area. Okay, perfect. Now, what are we going to do with this little section over here? Well, I really didn't have a whole lot of ideas, but I think I'm going to put another generator down here. We don't necessarily need it, but I think that's what we're going to do. We'll probably won't do it in this episode, but maybe something like, actually, that's too big. I was going to say, I really like this thing, but the wires coming out there, it's a little bit too, takes up too much space. Well, maybe if we push it close enough, maybe it would be okay. I don't know. This is nice too, but it's obviously not as big as that thing, right? You could go with a big dog, but we need a lot of money before we get to that point, so that won't be happening today. Alright, so, actually I'm just going to leave that there for right now. Let's jump into the semi here, and let's start moving over some of our products, so we can actually start making some of that stuff now that we've got those down there. And by some of our products, I mean really all of our products, right? So, let's just find these. The grain mill here, we can make barley, oat, and wheat flour. I'm going to turn them all on because we might as well. And then where is our oil mill? There it is. We really are going to only be making canola oil here. We didn't put any sunflowers down or anything like that. So there's our wood chips. We'll start with the canola oil, which I think this will be good. Now, will it chew through all this canola oil by then? Probably not. But again, do we really need the money with all those wood chips? I mean, I only sold one, by the way. One load of wood chips from our unrealistic trailer, and it got us to the amount we needed to have. Now, we don't have much money left now. We're at 15,000, but still. Will the entire production hold this much canola oil? I don't know. I didn't really look at that. No. 96,000? Actually, it will. 96,000. Okay. We've only got 34,000 of it, so it will hold all of it, which is good. I might have to do a little bit more smoothing work here. I'm not sure how severe some of these bumps are. It's actually not that bad. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I might need a little bit more room down here to turn around, though, with the semi, if we're going to be utilizing the semi, at least. It's not a very... It's a pretty tight turn here. I don't think we're going to be able to do it without driving in the field. Yeah, we'd have to drive in the field every time. Might have to figure out something else. Another way to go about that, then. Might have to do a little bit of actual driving instead of just making a big, massive turn. What I mean by actual driving is drive it down there, back it up, and kind of go that way instead of just making a big turn. All right, how are the animals doing? I'm pretty sure they're probably okay. Well, actually, the sheep are getting a little bad. We're good on the water buffalo, though. They've got enough food for now. But that grass field should be, that we planted up there, it should be ready in the next episode, technically. So, not really anything to specifically worry about yet, but, you know, if we had a few more episodes without that grass field, we'd probably be in trouble. Okay, oats going in, so that should be starting as well now, which is awesome. Oil mill's going. We've already got 12 liters of canola oil going. And the grain mill, yep, we've got flour already going as well, so that's good, man. We're going to make a lot of flour out of this. Now, there is a chance, obviously, we're not going to probably have the time, and unfortunately, at this point in the series, but there is a chance that we could have taken that flour and turned it into something else, right? But we can always do that in another series, not a big deal. Let's go grab the barley. Okay. All the barley's here. Actually, I need to get a little bit closer. I need to get better at driving that, evidently. I'm not getting close enough. All right, the barley is now going in. Fantastic, man. All right, we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. All that stuff helps me a ton. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.